housing.
Do you think home prices need to go down?
No, I think that we need to deliver more supply, make sure the market is stable. It's a huge part of our economy. We need to be delivering more affordable housing. The government of Canada has not been building affordable housing since the 90s, and we've created a huge shortage across Canada. That's where the big need is right now, and I'm very encouraged that the Prime Minister and our commitment right now in government is to double construction and focus on the affordable side.
Well, that comment by new Federal Housing Minister Gregor Robertson has already landed him in a little bit of hot water, and now he's posting away on X trying to explain exactly what he meant. But before I get to that, I want to show you my reaction to when I found out the news about his new position.
When Gregor Robertson was Vancouver mayor, the price of buying a house increased by 179% in one of the most expensive markets in Canada. Why do you think someone with this track record should oversee the housing file? Is this a signal from you that you don't think housing prices should go down?
Choosing Miss Mayor Moonbeam, Gregor Robertson, that is just, you are having a laugh. You are joking. You must be joking if that is your valid choice. So our new Canadian Housing Minister, Gregor Robertson, I would say one man who knows nothing about affordable housing. Have you been to Vancouver? Have you been to the Lower Mainland? My gosh. Anyway, he oversaw the explosion of home prices in Vancouver while calling anyone racist who mentioned foreign capital. Sam Cooper writes all about this. All the while, his former girlfriend's mom faced the death penalty in China for embezzlement. I kid you not. Now, back in 2010, when we had the Olympics here, Gregor Robertson made a promise to the city that he would provide more social housing. But lo and behold, look at this article here. This is from August 2010. Vancouver cuts Olympic Village social housing. They basically had provided 252 social housing units, but in the end, they couldn't fulfill that promise. But he couldn't even provide 252 units? Well, if he couldn't provide the housing for a small area like Falls Creek, I don't know what he's going to do as the federal housing minister. But anyway, onwards and upwards. So here's Gregor on X, defending his answer. The question I answered was about reducing the price of a family's current home, which for most Canadians is their most valuable asset. The question wasn't, should homes be more affordable? Of course they should. Vancouver led the country on co-ops and rental-only zoning. Well, I just showed you how that was not a success. I'm not trying to pick on him, but this is just the wrong choice. Now, I love the comments. Like, Gregor kind of goes on, he's saying we launched Canada's first empty homes tax, which... oh God, that's a whole other kettle of fish, which created thousands of rental units. Yeah, thousands of rental units were like a basement suite is $3,000. I'm focused on what the federal government can and should do to increase the supply and drive down the overall cost of housing. Okay, so here are some of the comments. The backlash you are experiencing is what happens when we aren't fully transparent with the general public. The reality is that houses can't come down in price. It would destroy our economy and country. The only thing we can do is build rentals en masse. People deserve to know. And now this comment from Matt Spoke, genuine question as I'm writing an op-ed this as we speak. He's missing a word there. How do you make homes more affordable without reducing the price of a family's current home? So Gregor answers, build affordable homes at scale. Affordable homes at scale, define that. What is affordable and where are you going to build it? What is the scale? One guy writes, now you're trying to change your own words after the backlash. You're not committed to making home ownership more affordable. You want the next generation to be renters. Imagine how that will be for people with zero valuable assets like a home. Is that the government plan? And then so he answered, at least, so he put in this post about the Canada Homes to get the federal government back into business by, he just copied and pasted something that was already written. I don't know. This is just not good. This is just a bad start. And before I sign off, this is another piece of interesting news. Read the Carney clan. Breaking. Carney government says no budget this year. This is a huge crack in Carney's credibility. You can't be credible with finances if you can't even bother to put together a budget. Just lie to us. Really, just give us a fake budget.
Breaking news, folks. The Carney government just said that it's not going to be tabling a budget this year. Crazy, folks. I mean, first of all, this decision alone is a huge crack in Carney's credibility. Look, how can you have any credibility on fiscal responsibility if you can't even put together a budget plan, right? How can you even be a financial wizard if you can't even put together a budget? A huge credibility issue here if the government doesn't bring forward a budget. Now, look, like, Canadians have every reason to be worried about the state of our national finances, right? The government is more than $1 trillion in debt. The government doubled the debt in less than a decade. The government has been running deficits in the tens of billions of dollars every single year. In Carney's platform, he plans to add another $225 billion to the debt over the next 4 years. I mean, folks, the banker is supposed to be better with the numbers than the drama teacher, but Carney is planning on adding almost $100 billion of more debt than even what Trudeau was planning to do.
Trudeau at least proposed a budget, claiming it would balance itself, and Carney, acting tyrannically, declares no budget for you. Another comment here from Susan, because Carney never intended a budget. He intends to keep spending, whether it drives us into oblivion or not. It was obvious right from the get-go, and anyone who didn't see it was either willfully blind or just plain stupid. And one more comment. How can the government not have a budget? This is ridiculous. This is the same thing that has plagued the Liberals for the last decade. Carney is a banker. What banker doesn't immediately get a budget together? This makes no sense at all. Well, folks, thank you for watching this video with me today. Before I leave you, I wanted to draw attention to a video I did earlier that probably not too many people will see because I posted it or uploaded it at a strange time, and YouTube, I cannot please the YouTube algorithm with the weird things that I do. But this is really important. We do not want these ostriches here in BC to be culled. There is a decision that's been made to cull these ostriches because they've been PCR tested, PCR positive for bird flu, and they're all healthy. So please watch that story and get the word out about that. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to catch you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.